Inner guts, what you have to do. While I was sitting, I was just elected president. There is a sort of a revolution happening. It's a chaos in the city. Everybody is frightened and so on and so forth. And I knew that there is a big rally in the center of the city, and I knew from the sources that police is going to be tough. We already had once after elections in 2008, 1st of March, when police was tough, and we had around 10 people killed. And until those days, that was a very sort of a painful thing to remember. Armenians killing each other. So I am just elected president, okay? There is a crowd, big crowd in the center that wants changes. And they're right, because, and I came back to Armenia for changes. I had these discussions, and when they offered me to come to be president was elected by the parliament. I said that only if we will start changing the constitution, give powers to president. Not because I want power, I don't. I'm coming only because I know that the country is on the verge of big disasters. And I cannot be sitting somewhere in the world and watching what's happening, when big part of my life I devoted to Armenia. I mean, I really devoted. When I was president, my salary was going to charity. When I was president, I was not staying at the government houses. The government has spent on me zero. I was paying for my electricity, for my gas, because I could afford it. I was not a poor guy. When I was ambassador in London, I was paying most of the expenses of the embassy. Fine. I want to serve the country. And I know that there can be a clash, because there will be always some guys that will provoke a clash to make, it's not a controlled process. It's quite chaotic. And there are different groups that want to gain. Former politicians, former leaders, and so on. And having all of that information, what's your conclusion? It's not a showmanship in this case. How do I stop any confrontation? There was only one way to stop it. If the president was in the crowd. Because there is no way that the police or secret police or the army will attack the crowd when the president is there. No way. Even in an absurd country, the head of your state is there, you attack, and his life will be under danger. So I walked there. And people thought that I'm joining the demonstration. Yes, I joined the demonstration, and I met first Nikol Pashinyan in the center in my life. In the center, met physically close. And in the center of the Republic Square, surrounded by a huge crowd and frightened bodyguards, that something will happen to me, okay, fine. But the crowd was very, very nice. They were not shouting against me. They were saying very positive things. And I had the first meeting with him there, talking that this is taking us nowhere. What I can do, I can organize you, because this demonstration is not against me. It's a demonstration, it was against the former president who wanted to become prime minister. I can organize that you guys meet together and discuss this and take this without any confrontation further. Okay? And it was not easy. You see the guy, and he is, of course, supported by the crowd and everything. And he asked me, there was this issue about your UK citizen. I said, there is no issue. By constitution, I don't have to tell you. There are Ministry of Interior, police, they can check it and tell you, which they did. Yes, I was, and I renounced it. And he said, but how do we know? I said, pure journalist. Huh? I said, okay. I knew that. I took the paper. I said, this is it. Can you see it? In the middle of the crowd, he looked at it, all stamped and everything. He says, can I have it? I said, no. Because by our constitution, I don't have to give it to you. And I showed him later when we met. This is not about it. This is about what's happening now. I've renounced it. unwillingly. Even in my letter to Her Majesty, I wrote that because Britain was good to me and my family. And but in order to serve my country, I have to renounce it. So that's it. Now talk to me. Then I organized his meeting with the former president, which was disaster. And then we were getting closer to the date of April 24th, which was the genocide day. Imagine 1 million people on the streets, and they are not controlled. So that's why I gathered everybody, saying that in my new office, saying that I'm the one, and they had arrested already Pashinyan. I'm the one, okay, that will resign if there'll be clashes on the genocide day between Armenians. Okay, you take care of yourself. I don't want to be. And the message was got right. After several hours, the prime minister, the former president who was becoming prime minister, resigned, and we went into new order. I was not supporting or non-supporting this or that process. I was making sure that the country goes through big changes calmly. And I am proud of that we didn't have anyone killed there. I'm proud. At the end of the day, the ruling party of former president had absolute majority in the parliament. They were the ones that voted for Pashinyan to become later prime minister. My role was not making him a prime minister. It's up to people to decide. My role was to make it that we don't have civil war. Because I'm the head of the state without any power except my personality and the name that you are president.